With the latest release of Beyblade X around the corner, I felt I would give my opinion on one of the releases I'm personally looking forward to. Takara Tomi's UX-09 Samurai Saber. It is, in my opinion, one of the craziest sets that we're going to be getting come November. With Takara Tomy not only teasing, but showing this payoff for what feels like months now, it is probably the most known release. It is probably the most known set of the releases we're getting in November. But let's start off with square one. Samurai Saber, I think, is the first deluxe starter for the UX line, similar to BX-34 Cobalt Dragoon and BX-23 Phoenix Wing, this time coming with a new exclusive launcher, the Hold Launcher. The Hold Launcher isn't your average X launcher, yet it's a fusion of the standard and grip launcher to give us our first and the return of the sword launcher for this new generation. Now, this exclusive launcher does come with some interesting bonuses. For example, the grip accessories aren't our standard plastic grip accessories that we got with the BX grips, but a more rubber material. However, we don't know yet if the plastic and rubber grip accessories are interchangeable. I hope they will be, because the grips themselves, blank, they don't feel good, and I'm not sure if I'm going to like how the rubber accessories feel. So, that's not the only bonus the Hold Launcher comes with. The winder itself is not only unique in the shape, where you pull and hold onto the winder, but it's also unique in its length, being just a little bit longer than the standard winders. Now, let's talk about the bay itself. Samurai Saber is owned and used by a character named Tinka Shirabushi, introduced in Chapter 16 or Season 2 of Beyblade X, whichever you prefer. Samurai Saber is a right-spinning attack type with what looks like two major points of attack, similar to that of Shark Edge. Let's talk about the parts before we get into the gimmicks of this new bay. For the Ratchet, we have 270 in a lime neon green translucent color. Now, the two-sided Ratchets, are very burst-prone, and the biggest example of this I can think of is 260 off of the stock Cobalt Dragoon combo, which I don't personally have experience with this bay yet, but from what I hear, it is the worst part out of that stock combo. So I'm not sure how to feel about 270. Now, in my opinion, the interesting piece for this set has to be the new bit we're getting, which is L, short for level. The very bottom of level has 3 distinct rings that have different textures and will make your base spin differently. For example, the outer edge is more jagged and aggressive compared to the little inner dot, which is more stamina and balance orientated. So this bit may be a must-have for balance type bays for custom combos. Now, level isn't the only gimmicky part we're getting in this release, as UX has gimmicks in both the blades and the bits, from what I can see. And the gimmick we're getting for Samurai Saber, for the blade itself, is there are these 2 little metal tabs that will either pop out or pop back in, depending on the centrifugal force of the bay, which is basically just your spin power. The 2 prongs turn the bay from a 2-sided bay to a 4-sided bay, which may help with bursting other opponents, similar to that one-hit kill of Dran Buster. Now, Samurai Saber is a UX bay, so it has plastic or resin launcher hooks instead of the metal hooks from the BX line. They come in this very nice lime green translucent color, similar to that of the 270 Ratchet. Now, this Bay releases November 2nd in Japan with no known US release date yet, but I want to assume that it will release either early to mid 2025. But the set is currently up for pre-order from any of the many Beyblade websites that sell Takara Tomy releases to those outside of Japan. What I want to know is what you guys think about this release, and if you will be getting Samurai Saber itself. What do you think of the hold launcher compared to the standard launcher? Do you like the bit for this Bay? Just what do you guys think about the Bay itself? Personally, I want to try to pre-order the Bay so I can test my custom launch with the hold launcher. Plus, I want to see how Samurai Saber holds up to its predecessor, Samurai Steel. But with all that said, I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.